Welcome everybody back to another rendition of my Fanduel Fridays that I almost actually forgot to record. I don't know how I forget that it's Friday, but it's been a weird week for me. But here we are, recording a Fanduel Friday. Let's kind of check on how those lineups did last week. So this Jared Goff lineup with Nick Chubb, who sucked. P. Ryan was pretty good. Amon-Ra was good. Let's actually just click it because I don't remember exactly. I think it's Jeff Wilson. So Jared Goff was a good play for us. Nick Chubb was not a good play, and I spent so much money on him. Samaje Perine was awesome. Amon-Ra was awesome. Garrett Wilson was awesome. Zay Jones, George Kittle, DeAndre Carter all sucked. Our defense was a good play, though, with their 8 points. I'll take it for how cheap they were. And then the other one, that one was $13 as a 9-person entry. This one won 37 in total. 6 out of 100, and a big number out of another big number of almost 30K. This lineup was the Joe Burrow one that I liked a lot. Compared to who got first, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, okay, fair. A.J. Dillon was great this week. Vice Aaron Jones, who I also did like, but ended up using A.J. Dillon. Ramos sucked. I knew it was going to be a tough play playing the Niners defense. It's just the money made sense, and I was hoping for maybe a cheap touchdown. Damian Pierce was okay in comparison to the winners lineup. Garrett Wilson, again in this lineup, awesome. 8 for 162. A.J. Brown, awesome. 8 for 119 and 2 touchdowns. T. Higgins, he scored early, and I was like, yes, this is awesome. Let's go. And then didn't really do anything the rest of the game. George Kittle sucked. 2 for 22. I think maybe Brock Purdy playing quarterback instead of Jimmy G kind of hurt him. And then Christian Watson's been a touchdown machine. 3 for 48 and a touchdown, but he also had this rushing touchdown. The 46-yard run, for a touchdown. And then again, I use the Raiders defense here. So all in all, it was a pretty successful week that could have been bigger. So what did I win? $55 total last week. It's not too bad. I mean, I think this week's going to be a little more challenging. I don't know why. I was just looking at lineups and making them throughout the week this week, and I just didn't really like a lot what I was doing. Like, this is a free entry one. It's got Kirk Cousins, Jamal Williams, Tony Pollard, Justin Jefferson, DPJ, Devontae Smith, Pat Freiermuth, Browns defense, and Gabe Davis. And I'm like, wow, I don't like that at all. But it's a free entry, so we'll try it. Let's see what we can come up with now. So, quarterback-wise, he's not playing. You could go big again with Hurts, Burrow. Allen's got a tough matchup against the Jets. Mahomes, I guess, sort of a bad matchup with a tough defense, but, like, it's Patrick Mahomes. It's like, if you pay up for any of these guys, totally understandable. Dak's pretty good this week again, 8K if you want to do it, but I think what I was looking at and what I will target, excuse me, this week will be the lower guys again. So, like, Geno Smith again, Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff, like the 3 guys that I've been kind of looking at. Mike White again, tough matchup, plays the Bills, the defense. I mean, you're not gonna play Ryan Tannehill, but the guys I do like I said, are Jared Goff, Kirk Cousins, Geno Smith. Deshaun Watson plays the Bengals. That might not be. I don't know. I don't think you should risk Deshaun Watson yet, but if you wanted to be risky, you could. Let's do a Geno Smith lineup. Plays the Panthers. Panthers don't have an awesome pass defense, middle of the road defense. Geno's been literally on fire. 367 yards, 328, 275, 275, 212, 210, 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. He's got to get rid of these turnovers. The interceptions and the fumbles kind of hurt his score a little bit. Could have had a bigger week if he didn't have the lost fumble and the interception. I think the lost fumble is -3, interceptions -1. He could have 29 to 30 points without those. Has another good matchup this week. So let's look at running backs. It's kind of weird because I feel like this is the week Derrick Henry could be back on track and look like himself. I mean, he plays not a very good defense because he hasn't had, I guess, awesome weeks consistently, really. Denver was a tough game. He had a good week against the Packers, and not so good week against the Bengals, and he even fumbled. And a really bad week against the Eagles. I don't know. It's kind of tough for me to pay up for a running back. Dalvin Cook should have a pretty good week, you'd think. Joe Mixon's back. I bet he has a nice week. CMC is CMC, but he plays the Buccaneers. Nick Chubb burned me last week, and I barely ever use him in FanDuel, so I'm one of those guys who if I get burned by a guy, I'm like not going to use him. So I won't use Nick Chubb this week or next week probably, and it's going to be stupid. It's just me being stupid. But a guy I will use is Tony Pollard. Had an awesome week again last week. 12 for 91, 2 touchdowns. Typical reception. Zeke did okay, but I have both of them in a fantasy league, and I play both of them every week. But Tony Pollard, I think, is good to go this week. DeAndre Swift did kind of take away from our Jamal Williams carries a lot last week. I had Jamal Williams to get 10 fantasy points or 10.5, and he scored 9.5 because DeAndre Swift wanted to have the game this week. 14 for 62, a touchdown, 4 for 49. Kind of ate into what Jamal Williams usually does on this team. 11 for 35, rushing touchdown, but he didn't do anything in the passing game. So maybe we look at DeAndre Swift. Deontay Foreman plays, or Dante Foreman plays the Seahawks defense, who literally is terrible. I feel like you could get some of your friends, and they could run against this defense. He doesn't have an injury designation this week. He had 24 for 113 against the Broncos. Pretty good run defense. I feel like they know what's going to work against Seattle, and that's running the ball. So let's use Foreman here. If I didn't use Foreman, I would use DeAndre Swift or Jamal Williams. I think I would gamble on DeAndre Swift this week. Let's just try that lineup first. I love Stephon Diggs. I love Amon-Ra St. Brown in that Lions-Vikings matchup. It's just, do you want to spend 93 on Justin Jefferson? Do you want to spend 86 on Amon-Ra? I mean, I think you do. It's just kind of tough. CeeDee Lamb's not a bad play. I always have a problem, or not a problem, trouble picking CeeDee Lamb because I just feel like he doesn't ever, let's look at his numbers again, doesn't ever produce when I put him in. Like, he puts in like 16 points. That's a good week. But then when I think of the guys that I could have had who do better, then I get discouraged. Now, DK has kind of a hip thing going on. He's going to play. He's going to be good to go. I do think you still stack Geno Smith with Lockett or DK consistently. Tyler Lockett just legitimately just scores touchdowns every week. Look at this. Since October 30th, this guy has scored a touchdown every week. 5 for 63 touchdown, 5 for 67 touchdown, 3 for 42 touchdown, 3 for 68 touchdown, 9 for 128 touchdown. Does it eventually stop? Is this the week he doesn't score? He just gets 3 for 60? JC Horn's really good. Maybe JC Horn's on DK a lot. I mean, DK did make Ramsey look kind of silly the few times they lined up, or the handful of times they lined up. DK's looked really strong the last few weeks. It's kind of just, you're picking straws here. Maybe for now we'll go the cheaper option, and if we can get the money to work, we'll go with the more expensive one. Chris Godwin seems like to be the Buccaneer receiver that gets force-fed the ball the most, if you're going to go with a Buccaneer guy. I don't like the matchup. I don't think the Buccaneers are any good, but they somehow win games, and Godwin produces. So we'll keep that in mind for when we're building. I'm going to stay away from these guys. I mean, they do have a weaker pass defense. You could go Garrett Wilson, but I'm trying to think of things that are a little less risky. Jerry Jeudy might not be awful. I know it's trusting Russell Wilson. He's 4 for 65 when he came back from his injury. I don't really want to go this low. I mean, DPJ, I think, could be in line for a decent week again. With another week under Deshaun Watson's belt. 3 for 44 is not bad for a cheap guy. 11 points, because I think he had a kick return for a touchdown. So it boosted his points. I had a DPJ lineup, and I was really excited about that kick return. I don't know if Kadarius Toney is playing. Was he limited again today? Questionable. We'll have a chance to go. I mean, it's tough to play a guy off a hamstring injury, and then I'll say that, and he'll score 2 touchdowns on 4 total plays, and it'll be fucking 4 catches for 192 yards and 2 touchdowns. It'll be just stupid. Gabe Davis, same kind of thing. Doesn't produce very much. Had a touchdown last week. Cool. Who cares? Big boomer bust guy. Let's not do the Gabe Davis. Okay, let's reel myself back in here because I'm going on tangents. Let's do Christian Kirk, I think. He's had some nice weeks strung together. And let's go cheap. We'll come back to our flex and our receiver. Cheap defenses. The Browns, the Joe Burrow has not beaten the Browns ever. So, do we just pick the Browns defense and hope for a decent week again? I think we do. But I also think the Browns are kind of rolling right now. Vikings they're not a good defense. The Steelers might not be bad. They play Tyler Huntley. Our team that has really struggled to move the ball. Ah, man. Steelers might not be bad. Let's go super cheap with the Browns because I want to save that 500. I hate tight ends. I hate them so much. I said play Travis Kelce last week. He was just average. Like last week for tight ends was really bad. I can't even remember who the highest score was. They had like 12 or some so points. David Njoku might be a good play. Um, I don't trust Seahawks tight ends enough to decide to pick one ever. Fant's been pretty nice consistently from like a tight end standpoint of getting like 12, 5, 5, 12. That's not bad. I mean, you want more, but that's not awful. Dawson Knox, I have him on a dynasty team. He's unplayable. Chig Okun. Oh, I wish I could pronounce his name, man. Chig Okonoku. We're gonna go with that. He's been pretty good the last few weeks. I read that he's gonna get some more snaps. So if you're looking for a cheap, fancy play, that might be your guy at tight end. And I hate tight ends, so why the hell not? Let's actually pick it. Screw it. If I wasn't gonna go him, I might go somewhere else. But it is what it is for right now. Okay, let's look at the flex. If we go cheap at flex, I mean, this could be a really good Miles Sanders week. Also could be a really good Jalen Hurts week. And also could be a really good A.J. Brown week and a really good Devontae Smith week. What's Devontae Smith's price tag? 7,000. He had good numbers last week. What do we have for... We have a 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Okay, we have a couple of 4 o'clocks. So I'm okay putting a nooner in there. You know me, and I like having the balance of 4. There's only 3 4 o'clock games this week, so it's kind of hard to pick 4 o'clock games because you kind of want to stay away from the Buccaneers in the Niner game. I don't want to pick either's running backs. If Leonard Fournette isn't playing at all, I would pick Rashad White because he kind of does everything. He had a touchdown last week, but with Fournette back in, it's kind of hard to play him. I mean, 10 for 49, 6 for 32. Limited injury. No. Okay. So let's do DeAndre Swift. I feel like I'm just going to go with a better offense, actually. Well, if I go DeAndre Swift, I have 73 left. Man, that stinks, because then I can't afford one of the receivers I really, really want, like A.J. Brown or Amon-Ra or Justin Jefferson. If I don't go DeAndre and I go Miles, that's 74. We'll go to receiver. Sorry, I'm scrolling the whole frickin' thing. What's up with Mari? Hip injury, questionable. Okay, well, if he's out, DPJ just skyrockets in value. I mean, do we just pick Garrett Wilson? I don't think we can. I don't think we can trust that. I don't trust Mike Evans. 4 for 59. This dude hasn't scored a touchdown since frickin' the Kansas City game. It's been a disaster. This lineup puts you in a bad spot for like a number spot that you don't like. So I guess maybe do we just change our flex to go even cheaper at flex? Is that the best play with this lineup? I mean, do we play Najee Harris? He's like not even worth playing though. Like, okay, this is like good numbers IRL, but on a fantasy standpoint, that's not good. It's been 13 minutes and I haven't built a lineup yet. I'm man. It's not even night. No, let's not do that. Man, I don't like picking another receiver. I mean, if I don't even want to go Juju 3 for 35, like I can't trust that. I want a lineup that's gonna have like higher potential. So I just pick Jerry Judy. Jerry Judy and because then there's just Jerry Judy and T Higgins because all the receivers are just so high priced. Okay, we're not doing it then. We'll do Miles Sanders. That's Deepo Samuel. We'll do Miles Sanders. And we'll do Garrett Wilson, I think. And there's your lineup. It was tough for me to build this, as you heard. The whole 12 minutes took me to build one lineup. I'm not going to submit this. I will submit a Stars and Stripes lineup, but I'm not going to submit this one. I like the Geno. We like Tony Pollard. We like. I think these are some solid plays right here. This is getting a little cute at tight end to make some money work. Miles Sanders is a nice play. Let's clear it all. Let's get another one in here. Dude, did we just pick Jalen Hurts because he's like one of the best football players in the world right now, or what? Let's do Jalen Hurts. I think we should. No, I don't think we can go. We can't afford to go cheap at running back. That's the thing. Okay, let's actually pick receivers. Let's do Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown. Pick tight end. Pick our boy down here again, just because he's so cheap. Go defense. Pick the cheap one again. Browns. And then we gotta play. So 69 average for money isn't an awful number. So it's 7K basically. Let's do one cheap-ish receiver. Darius Slayton's like the deep ball guy every week. It's a really tough matchup. But he's had tough matches the last 2 weeks, and I've played him. 3 for 63 is whatever. 6 for 6, 6 for 90 because he's caught a long ball. He almost might be worth. George Pickens was complaining about not getting the ball last week. Let's throw him in there. I bet George Pickens is a better week. So this is just banking. No, I lied. Let's pick DPJ. Get George Pickens out of here. If Amari Cooper's hurt for any reason, DPJ should skyrocket. He returns kicks. Let's just do DPJ. And if we need to come back for George Pickens, we can. Running back, we have to pick some running backs to make the money work. Pacheco's not bad. I want a cheap one, or cheaper. Foreman falls underneath where we want for money. So look at all these IRs, IR. Dude, if Ken Walker and DJ Dallas are out, don't pick Travis Homer for your lineups, guys. I just don't. He's not a between the tackles guy, really. And if he turns into one on Sunday, okay, I'll whatever. More of a pass catcher. Wayne Gallman might be the between the tackles running back. It's just not going to be good if you're left with Kenyon or Travis Homer as one of your options for running back. You don't want to go that far down. I mean, how was Latavius Murray last week? 7 for 40, 17 for 47. Man, I don't think you can play Dameon Pierce this week either. I mean, maybe he scored a touchdown. Nope, let's just pick the consistent guys. Him, 7,400. I really want to pay for one of these really good receivers. Like, I really want to pay for Amon-Ra St. Brown. 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Ugh, all the splits. Okay, well, who's way down here at 6,200? Michael Gallup. He's out. Okay. Michael Gallup it is. Okay. Hurts, Foreman, Williams, AJ Brown. I usually wanted the stack. Doing this lineup, you're going to have some holes because you're getting 3 really expensive players. But this is, again, a solid core, I think, all the way down to here. It just gets a little sketchy with here. Gallup had a pretty good week last week, though. 4 for 23, 2 touchdowns. That's what's awesome. Let's clear this lineup. That was a quick one. I'm getting good. Okay, let's do a really cheap one, like Jared Goff cheap. Oops, let's just add the player instead of clicking his name. With clicking Jared Goff, you're not going to pick... I don't like pairing running backs and quarterbacks together. Sorry, my chair's making so much freaking noise. So let's do... I mean, I'm just picking Deontay Foreman and everything because he plays the frickin' Seahawks. So we'll do Foreman, Miles Sanders, because I don't think I'm going to pick A.J. Brown in this lineup. You want Amon-Ra St. Brown. We want this cheap-ass defense. Nah, not that one, not that one, not that one. This cheap-ass defense. We won't go super cheap at tight end. We'll play Pat Freiermuth. We got 7,000 to play with. I like Joe Mixon, too. I know I didn't mention it, but I really do like Joe Mixon. Oof. Let's not put him in our flex. We'll do a lineup with Joe Mixon next. Flex option. Maybe Ayuk. I don't know. Don't even listen to me. hmm. Devontae. No. No, no, no. The prices are just kind of weird. With having Miles Smith, I don't want to put Devontae Smith, but I do like the Devontae Smith play. Did I say Miles Smith? Miles Sanders and Devontae Smith. If I got rid of Miles Sanders, who would I even put at running back then? I just rolled my eyes. In real life. Obviously, you guys can't see that. Let's do Tony Pollard. We'll put Devontae Smith right here. Pass Tony, 7,000. You silly. Do we just go really cheap for one receiver and put like George Pickens or DPJ here? And 77. Ooh, okay. Gives us a lot of options at flex. Lockett. We'll do Tyler Lockett then. So going really cheap at quarterback, you have Goff, Foreman. You've got a couple of 4 o'clock guys and Lockett and Foreman. I think I'll do one more lineup build and then I'll do the final one and submit it. But I think the quarterback's gonna be Geno Smith for that one. I just wanted to show you a Jared Goff lineup with a really cheap QB option that I think that I like a lot. You're gonna pair him with Amon-Ra. I think in general you're gonna want some sort of nucleus of really strong receivers this week, just because of some of the matchups that we've got. Like I really like Justin Jefferson. If you can make a lineup with Justin Jefferson in that makes it work, that's great. I can try to build one real quick before I do like my legit one. Like I really like Justin Jefferson. Jamar Chase looked amazing last week. He might not be a bad play. Like a lot of the stars are like gimmies. Like just if you can afford the star, put the star in. If you don't even got to think about it. But Justin Jefferson just might have he plays the Lions and 3 for 14 last he played the Lions. That's kind of insane. But I mean the Lions defense isn't good. They give up big numbers. I just feels like a really good JJ week. This is what I'm trying to say. And Amon-Ra was awesome again last week. He's really come on the last 4 weeks. He's looked fantastic again. It's a week I really want Amon-Ra in. AJ Brown's been phenomenal, really, recently again. Well, I guess it's 36, 13, 1, 6, 10, 27. Not streaky, but good numbers. DK's been back on. T. Higgins has his running mate back, so T. Higgins is still a good option. Christian Kirk's been good. Tyler Lockett, I completely passed him up. Been good. There's just a lot of options I like. I do not like a lot of the ones below Devontae Smith, though. Like, I wouldn't... Ayuk is a guy I wouldn't mind playing if I had to. Juju, I wouldn't mind playing if I had to. Jerry Jeudy, same. I wouldn't play Thielen. George Pickens, DPJ is the same price every week. Maybe Michael Gallup even. No, I mean Robert Woods is the leading receiver now in Tennessee. Okay, let's build a lineup real quick with Justin Jefferson before I just keep talking about random stuff. With Justin Jefferson, you're gonna want to go cheap. You could put his quarterback in here. So let's put his quarterback in, Kirk. If we need to go cheaper, we will. Now already look at our money that we're averaging. It's not very high. So to bring that number up, we'll do the Browns defense. I think if this one we'll do our cheap tight end. Wow, I just can't talk. Our cheap tight end option. There we go. In Chig. Okonawu. That's not how you say that. I'm going to keep butchering it apparently though. Miles Sanders. Let's do him. Let's do Foreman. And we got a nice average we're playing with right here. I think with this one, I'm going to pay up for Tyler Lockett or DK. I'll do Tyler. A little cheaper, 67. That's awesome. Here you go DPJ. I really do like the DPJ play. You have 73. That is a really good number to have for your flex, your last flex option. I mean, ETN, maybe. Oh, DeAndre Swift. Look at that. This might overall be the best lineup we've built. so far on here. Um, yeah, Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, Tyler Lockett is awesome. Sanders has a really good upside this week. Foreman plays my shitty Seahawks defense. DPJ's been solid every week, and he could be a number one on Sunday. Just watch Amari Cooper. DeAndre Swift's really came on, and he's got a good matchup. Defense is the defense, and Chig's looked okay. If Chig gets some solid numbers, this could be the best lineup I've built points wise, and I'm not going to enter it because I'm going to ultimately do the Geno Smith lineup. But this is how you make a Justin Jefferson lineup look, or lineup work, sorry. Last lineup. Let's do the Geno one. He will be my thumbnail too this week. Spoilers. It's not a spoiler because you wouldn't hear me say it after the thumbnail, so what am I talking about? I will do Foreman and Geno, some 4 o'clock guys. We might do DK. We'll go for our cheap defense. Fry Booth's not bad. Dolchich is apparently pretty decent. He's like the Russell Wilson target. Njoku's back this week. Good play. Schultz is always a good play at tight end. Not so much last week. Hawk's a good play this week against his old team back at Ford Field. Mark Andrews is going to take an L maybe with Huntley playing, but it's still Mark Andrews. Kelsey's Kelsey. But to make this lineup work that I'm going to want to do, I will come back to tight end, but I'm going to initially pick Chig. If it's what I got, it's what I got. Nice average there at 74. We'll pick Miles Sanders right now, because maybe I'll put Tony Pollard down here at the flex. Okay, so do we want DK or Tyler? I did just buy the DK Metcalf jersey. We'll put DK Metcalf in. I want to try to put Amon-Ra St. Brown on this lineup. How bad would that team look? Let's do it. Well, that's not too bad. And then you just pick DPJ. Oh, did I just do something here? Christian Kirk, 20 Pollard. There it is. All right. This is the lineup I'm going to submit. Geno Smith, Foreman, Miles Sanders, DK Metcalf, Amon-Ra, DPJ, Chig, Tony Pollard, Cleveland's defense. So last week when I submitted the lineup, I literally actually didn't touch it like I said I was going to in the video. But so this will be the lineup I ride with for Stars and Stripes, who I'm now in overall first place in our points. And I've gotten, I think, top 3 every year. I've done that league. And this is like my 5th or 6th year doing it, I think. And yeah, I just dominate, apparently. So this is the lineup I'm going to roll with, though. The one I like, probably the second most, next to the Kirk Cousins. Oh, I have a Kirk Cousins Justin Jefferson lineup right here. But it doesn't look as good as the one I just built. Let me edit this one then. Geno, Foreman, Sanders, DK, Amon-Ra. That's such a strong nucleus of your core roster build. 20 Pollard in the flex. We just need Chig to have a decent week, like 5 for 80. You play the Jags too, so and you're down your big play guy and Treylon Burks. Maybe he's got a good week. DPJ should just be a nice play regardless. Tough matchup against the Bengals, as in like tough divisional matchup. Deshaun Watson didn't look good last week, but another week of full practice for him. Another week of game, maybe he looks better. And DPJ has been pretty solid all year, honestly. Anyways, Browns defense, it's whatever, it's defense. So let's edit this one real quick with Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson. I don't remember exactly the lineup I even built. I'm going to clear the whole thing. We'll go quarterback, Kirk. Receiver, Jay Jettas. Tight ends, I think we did Chig. I'm pretty sure this one had Deontay and Miles Sanders. So we'll do Miles. Deontay. Browns defense. I said Browns defense. This must have been DeAndre Swift, honestly. And then was it DPJ Tyler Lockett? It was DPJ Tyler Lockett. Yeah. Alrighty. So the lineup that I ultimately built that I liked a lot too, we're in it. It's a free entry though, so whatever. Okay, so A lot of more talking and indecisiveness this week. This is going to be a really long video, so everybody who makes it through, thank you for watching the whole thing. Um, I appreciate anybody who watches, and hopefully, even if you don't take all my lineups, you just take some of the guys that I like and build around the nucleus of guys, like around like this. Build around these guys, or build around Amon Ra and DK, or build around Justin Jefferson and Tyler Lockett, or you build around certain guys that I have in my lineups to make it work for what you like and what you value when you do FanDuel lineups, then that's perfect. It's helping you win money. That's what it's all about. Me rambling and talking about how I build lineups, and then you take what I say and you make your own and hopefully win lots of money. So, again, guys, thank you for watching. Keep on watching. Keep trying to win some money. And I'm gonna say it every week. This is the week I'm gonna win like $500,000. So let's do it.